1, prepare.
We're not prepared.
Check that off the list. 2, stay sober.
Not happening.
Welcome to the best kind of worst.
No one fucking cares.
Everyone cares.
Who?
I care.
Dick suck.
So there I am in the parking lot, underwear and a guinea.
Hang out in the backseat of a 7-Eleven.
It's an ammo!
We might die.
So you want to talk about those lesbians?
We need a Bay update.
I slept on the fucking tile!
Hello.
Hello, episode
5 of the
best kind of worst.
That was kind of the worst.
Oh, it was. It was a pun.
Yeah. Anyway, episode 5. Here we are.
We filled up a whole fucking hand.
Yeah. Well,
You understand next week?
we filled up a hand, but nobody's heard any of it besides us.
You understand next week?
It's coming out. It's
we,
coming out.
We move to the other hand.
We are moving to the other hand. I think we need to offload some of the hand before we move to the next hand.
Oh, we need to
It's
offload.
happening.
Wow. I need to offload a ton of stuff. We, you know,
we ain't going to get into all that.
that's too much sauce.
That's a lot.
It's too much sauce.
I think we touched on last week a little bit that we had gotten a new microphone.
Yeah.
And I believe we talked about this week we should be sounding a lot more sensual.
And equal.
And equal.
Different voices.
But equal.
But coming into
sensual.
that, hitting that earlobes, hitting them eardrums.
Hitting them eardrums equally.
Equal.
Yes. Hitting them as equals.
Yeah.
Little
so,
Eiffel Tower of the head.
We got our second mic in. We've got basically fully upgraded.
We're fully upgraded.
We're fully upgraded.
We got a new boom arm. We got a new mic.
We got them little condom deals that go on the tippy tops of
You're
them.
actually wearing headphones.
Yeah.
It's a new start. It's like a whole new thing.
Yeah, we should probably just post
Let's just call this episode 1.
Yeah, we should go back.
Nobody would understand what's going on, but they probably already don't by this point anyway.
I don't understand what goes
we
on.
probably don't explain enough, but that's okay because it doesn't matter.
It's a valid point.
I mean, maybe it does matter. Maybe that will be the demise. I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll see. But yeah, no, I don't want to say guarantee, but
Guarantee.
Monday should be
the first.
Should be the first post.
Well, hopefully if they're listening to this, Monday means nothing. It was probably Monday
and
a
then
month
maybe
ago.
Friday for numero dos.
Yeah, we want to start. We're going to start pumping these first couple out soon. So, but again, none of this really matters if you're already listening to this one.
Yeah, true story.
But,
you don't really
that's the plan.
give a shit.
We're getting them out.
We'll get some equipment pictures uploaded to that gram.
To the gram.
I know we shouted them out last
best
week.
Kind of worst.
We'll shout them out again this week. Little TBKoW down at Sam Ash.
Yep. Oh,
doing
T
us a
Powers
salad.
Did us a great.
Not only did he give us a deal, but he also gave us a tad bit of insight. So I mean, like this is your realm. It's technically this is like technologically and equipment wise, this is your realm.
It's a little more me than you, but I'm not the full audio guy,
Yeah.
so I knew what we were looking for, but I didn't have all the answers.
Yeah, so like when you say something when it comes to equipment, whatever, like I go with it.
Yeah.
That's not my stay in my lane, right?
Well, I was able to at least converse with T Powers to get us on the right track, and I think he hooked us up good.
Yeah, no, I think we sound great. I think it was a great recommendation.
Yeah.
A lot of times you go to these stores,
You never know.
and you don't know what you're going to get. It could be a
Never
guy
know.
it could be a guy or girl that just
doesn't
plays
give
with
a
this
fuck.
stuff, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it could be
Or just works there.
casual person.
Might not even really know anything.
He might, they might just know what people buy a lot of, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
out
This one sells.
the gate, he showed us the holy grail of mics,
Well,
the
of
mic
course.
we know we need, right?
Of course. That's
But
the one that we were looking at, but
so
that's
right
not the
there,
one
I was
we're
a little
gonna buy.
skeptical. I was
Yeah.
a little skeptical.
But then we kind of we explained our setup a little bit and what we were doing and what our thoughts were, and he kind of pointed out to us a mic that might work, and I think it sounds great. I think it sounds really good. So I think we got a good system now, a little more even, a little more clean than previous episodes. So we should be good now.
Yeah. I'm gonna get right into some business with some little sponsors.
Oh, okay.
We normally just kind of throw this in randomly, but I'm gonna set it up accordingly
we'll just
today.
Start it off.
Yeah, today we're gonna be sponsored by Miami Brewing Company.
Shark bait.
It is
It's a wheat beer.
wheat beer.
If you like wheat beer, it's fantastic.
Now, normally I'm
if
not
you don't
a
like
wheat
beer, it's still fantastic because it's not very wheaty. It's not like your
No.
typical wheat beer. It's a little lighter, and I'm not sure what it's kind of sweet in a sense.
It's got a hint of fruit in there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's
I think
it's
it says
good.
it on the can what fruit in the front. I
it
think
probably does. They
I want to say
smart people
grapefruit.
usually put that on there, but I don't know. Maybe not. Mango with mango juice.
There it
Malt
is.
beverage brewed with mango juice. Wheat beer.
We were down in
Bloody good wheat beer, it says.
we were down in that Vero Beach,
Yep.
which we'll call it Zero Beach because that's exactly what it is.
Nobody there.
No one lives there.
Nobody. Was that a couple years ago now? 2-3 years ago?
Honestly, think there's more banks to people
I think
ratio.
there were more
I think
banks.
That's a fact.
They got that old money.
Yeah.
They got that old money.
Think of like an old shipping marine company that turned into a city that now just houses money for ships.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
We just kind of randomly went into a liquor store looking for some craft beer.
probably your local ABC or something like that.
Stumbled upon this thing called shark bait. Now, we talked about this last week off air, like privately, how a lot of times when we go shopping for craft beer, we end up buying can design.
Yeah. I mean, marketing works. Marketing works. Interesting. When you don't know what the product is, you need something that draws you to it. So that's why marketing works. You have the can design. You have
It's the only reason
box
why I got the
design.
Regulator IPA that sponsored us for 2 straight weeks.
And it was fantastic.
One of the best beers I've had in my life.
Yeah, it was great.
But Shark Bait has a very appealing can.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's not. It's well, for one, it's called Shark Bait.
Yeah, you can't.
And that's good. And then it's got a nice little cartoon shark on it.
Yeah.
And it was Miami Brewing, and we were close to Miami, and we figured let's try a local brew, and that ended up being the sponsored beer of that weekend in Vero Beach.
We drank a lot of that.
We drank a lot of that.
It was either that or mud.
Yeah, we drank a lot of mud too.
Yeah, we're gonna get a
mud.
special edition episode of just
There
mud.
is going to be a mud episode,
but that's gonna be an episode where probably we'll lose most of the listeners.
yes.
It'll
so
be,
let's
yeah.
wait
Yeah,
a few more weeks.
That's a special edition.
Yeah.
That's like a
That's one we
25th
can-
anniversary,
No.
a 50th maybe.
No, some podcasts I've listened to, they obviously podcasts are posted for free, but they will post on these other sites that you can buy certain special edition episodes. That
Ooh.
might need to be one of them.
Little 99
Just because,
cents.
although now that I'm saying that, it's like, okay, so you're telling me I'm never going to want to listen to you again, so I'm going to have to pay to hear it. But
Yeah.
I guess if you really want to hear it because you like it, go ahead.
The mud episode should be for the vintage wedding.
That would probably be best.
The morning of episode.
Okay, so the before episode.
I'm sorry, the morning after.
The morning after, we'll
episode.
start drinking some mud.
8:00.
Okay, so yeah, we've talked about our the vintage Reynolds,
Nuptials.
the nuptials. Have we
Nuptials.
talked about it at all yet? On
I
here?
think lightly.
I'm not sure if we
I think
have,
lightly.
but obviously vintage Reynolds, Brandon, if some might like to call him. I'm not sure who calls him that. But
Bubba, I think.
Bubba,
Yeah,
but I think
Bubba's
that's how
more
you might have
common.
introduced him on the first episode, Bubba.
Yeah.
But getting married
Getting
next
hitched.
year, getting hitched, and we're gonna do a two-part episode on it. We're gonna do a before and an after. We're gonna interview the bride.
Yeah, we're gonna interview Sister Vintage.
Sister Vintage, or was
Lady Vintage.
Lady Vintage. It was
Yeah.
Lady Vintage because it shouldn't be Sister Vintage.
Yeah.
That might be a little weird.
That's weird.
Lady Vintage.
Yeah, we're gonna interview her on her thoughts and her kind of her psyche for the wedding. Because
Yeah.
I'm not.
What does a woman
I'm
think
not
about?
a big proprietor of marriage.
Yeah, neither am I.
I'm
Neither
very
am I.
lukewarm.
Yeah.
Leaning more towards cold towards it.
Yeah.
So I wanna pick her brain and kind of
Try
see
to get
what she
inside the
sees.
mind.
You know.
Get inside
Because she's very
the mind.
enthusiastic about it, you could
She's
tell.
Very,
and that's
very,
a
every
that's a
time we
really
see her
that's a
talk to her,
good thing.
she's very happy,
what-
very excited.
It's what you
It's
want.
what you want.
Yeah.
If you weren't excited about it, something's wrong.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
If you're going through with it, you're not excited, something's wrong.
Yeah. So, I think that'll be a real interesting episode for us.
Yeah, 2 episodes.
And then we're gonna do an episode. It's gonna be kind of back to back kind of deal.
Yeah, it'll probably be fall. Well, depending, we could maybe do it the week before the wedding.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, okay, we're leading up to the wedding.
We'll probably be there a few days early. Anyways.
Yeah, we'll probably be there a few days early. So do it right when we get there. Post it and hit it the next morning.
Yeah, so at the night of the wedding, then we have you have your reception.
And we can make that one a quick turnaround. If we record it Sunday morning, we can probably have it pumped out and up ready for Monday evening.
Because I'd like to, because we kind of get loosey goosey here sometimes.
Yeah,
most of the time.
Pretty every
that
life.
pre-wedding episode is going to be kind of more of a serious undertone.
A little interview.
So we're going to do one the day after the reception, 8:00 in the morning.
How'd
while we're
it go?
still. I honestly.
Are we alive?
I hope she's still wearing the dress.
I don't see the dress still being on, but I see the makeup.
Makeup at least, hair
a little,
up, yeah.
maybe still kind of up, but probably a mess.
Yeah, I'll still be in the suit. Probably.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna pass out in the suit.
Yeah, that might be a film, like when we do some video on.
We might need to get that figured out.
That'll be the
year.
first.
We do have a year.
Yeah, that'll be the first road show.
It might be. We have a year, so
might be.
We'll see what happens. It could be the first roadshow. It could be the first video.
But yeah, we have other
before.
things planned in the future too. We've got
ideas.
We
got some things we want to do, but that's one of the bigger things that we have on the books. It's a year away, but something to look forward to.
I'm excited about it.
I'm sure we'll hear more about it.
But yeah, back to the sponsor.
Anyway, so
but back to the sponsor. The reason why the sponsoring
Reynolds.
is so important today is because we're drinking a special beer because it was good brother old Lee's last day of work yesterday.
So today was my first day.
First day officially unemployed.
I think I should say self-employed, but I like where you're going. I like where your head's at.
I'm unemployed. We're all unemployed.
Let's just call this unemployed assholes.
Yeah, me 3 unemployed edition.
That might sell better than what we have.
We drank this all weekend in Zero Beach.
And I haven't found it
2 or 3 years ago, and you can only get it in one
of the stores.
Adult beverage store to buy them legally.
And I haven't seen it since. I've looked every store I go to, and I haven't seen it.
They only had 2 6-packs of this when I was just there. I just bought this about 3 or 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
2 6-packs. So it's limited. It's hard to find.
It's limited.
Yeah.
You got to go closer to Miami. Easier to find.
Maybe next time we'll try it because they have like 3 or 4. Maybe try something different. But
yeah, well, and I've had a couple other things from Miami Brewing Company. Actually, I think we probably had 1 or 2 others that weekend just trying them since we like this beer.
I think we did.
I've had a couple others,
and
they make solid beer. But this is the only one that this is the only one that really sticks out and I remember every time. You know.
Well, it's a special beer. It's a good beer to have on a good occasion. You can drink this with probably any meal. You can drink this casually.
We tend to drink a lot of heavier beers. We like the IPAs. We actually just killed a couple IPAs before we started. This is a good lighter beer that you can really drink with anything. It's not an overly fruity light beer. It's still got some. I think the wheat aspect of the beer really helps it along.
Because sometimes with these craft beers. You get that it tastes so good going down, going in.
Yeah.
But once you get it down the throat, you get that weird aftertaste.
Get the aftertaste. Yeah,
right?
Craft beers
and
that kind
of depends on the percentage versus what's in it.
Yeah.
Right.
And this one's a 5.3%, so not overly high, but a good standard.
With a little bit
if you're at 5 plus, it's a decent beer. Anything higher than that's just cake, baby.
Yeah.
It's just cake.
Well, with this one, when you get that little hint of sugar, that little hint of that mango hitter,
it's nice.
And then you have, it's really hard to describe. It's very hard to describe.
It really is because it honestly doesn't even taste. I guess it does taste like mango, but it's not like.
If you tell me it's mango,
it's different.
I can taste it.
Yes.
If you don't tell me,
you have no clue. It's just kind of fruity, but
like
you're
I thought
not
it was
really
grapefruit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah.
But it's a
great beer though.
Yeah, no aftertaste, no nothing, man. It goes very smooth, very good. But yeah, we're having a little celebration. Yo Soy Fiesta.
Yo Soy Fiesta.
That'll probably be the title of this bad boy.
First day being self-employed. I don't think I actually made any money, but it's to come. I got the office set up. I did work on a project. I just haven't been paid for it yet. So I guess I did technically make some money today. I worked for about an hour on an actual paying job. But, I wondered, because obviously last day of work was on a Wednesday. So today's Thursday, kind of the end of the week. I was kind of telling myself, you know what? Take the rest of the week off, do nothing, sleep, relax, scratch your ass, whatever you want to do, and start fresh on Monday.
Be a fat piece of shit. Just
just do whatever comes to mind.
Jabba the Hutt.
Do nothing
on the couch.
Yeah, basically. That's what I was thinking, right? It's been a long time. I've never been self-employed. It's been a long time. I work a lot of hours, so that was kind of my initial thought.
Shit, we've known each other since we were 18, and we've been full-time since 18, bro.
Yeah.
Just grinding.
Yeah.
You had 2 jobs
I had
at
2
some
jobs
point.
for a while. For a couple of years.
I did the 2-job
and
deal.
then this job turned into basically 3 jobs.
Yeah.
With the amount of hours I was putting in and places
I was doing that solid 80 for like a year and a half.
Yeah. So that was my plan. I don't think I went to bed until almost 2 last night. So I figured, okay, probably not getting up early, not going to set an alarm. No need to. Don't have to work. Unemployed.
Internal clock was like...
It was a little off because I went to bed later than normal for going to work on a Thursday. But 8:15, my eyes opened and rolled out of bed and started doing shit. It's that whole thing where when you hate having to go to work, you don't want to get out of bed, when all I had to do was roll out of bed and just kind of start fixing up my computer station and my office, we're going to call it. Kind of converted my dining room into my office and started getting that set up, started working on finalizing my logo for the company.
Take that serrated knife, cut that English muffin in half.
Oh, yeah.
Toast that bad boy up.
Oh, yeah.
Fry up a little bacon. Maybe a little sausage.
Oh, a little gabagool.
Gabagool, son. You get that egg.
Oh,
you get that egg sandwich in.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't have to rush to make it, right?
No, you
could sit there. You take your time.
You got time on making this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, my plan was to do nothing for the first 4 days and start fresh Monday, and I rolled out of bed and actually started working earlier than I would have had I been going to work.
Isn't that funny how that fucking works out?
Funny how that works, isn't it? Well, because honestly, at this point, I don't get paid unless I actually do something.
No, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it.
Well, I think that's part of it.
I think it's the fact that when you have an 8 to 5 and 8 to 6, you have a set hours, but you fluctuate a little bit, right?
Yeah.
You get off different times.
Yeah, of course.
It just depends on how much work you have to get done that day.
Exactly.
Right?
Maybe I go in a little later.
But you're still forced to get there at I need to get there between these 2 times.
I got to be there.
And I'm going to stay here till
somewhere in this time. At least this time, maybe a little later.
9 times out of 10, you could be more productive if there wasn't that thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of like, I'm going to take lunch at this time.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this. If you work at your own pace, a lot of times, and it's not all the time. It's not all the time, but a lot of times you can get more done.
Well, the problem too is when you become miserable like I was, you don't get as much done because you're distracted.
Yep.
So it was harder to go to work and accomplish as much as I thought I should be accomplishing because I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
When you want to be there, it's hard to actually get work done. Well,
the motivation factor's out.
Yeah, exactly. You lose the motivation. You end up distracted doing other things, looking for reasons to have a hallway meeting, like shit like that. I don't need that. I don't need to do that. I've always
talking about shit you could give 2 fucks about, but it's not
the problem
work.
with that is I'm such a hard worker and I have a lot of work. So
hey. That's the first self-pop ski of the podcast.
You know what?
I'm a hard worker.
Because I've worked my ass off.
He's telling you a story, but he's also popping himself, ladies and gentlemen.
Got them heavy hitters. So the problem with that is, though, I find, when everybody else is there, you find these excuses to have a hallway meeting and talk for a little while about something so you don't have to accomplish anything. And then you end up staying there late because I have shit I need to get done. So it's like I end up fucking myself over just by doing that.
And then you have other coworkers, I'm gonna use the word bugging you, but it's really not bugging.
That's the perfect term.
But like they have questions, comments,
Yeah.
concerns, because you're one of the longest tenured employees there.
Well, exactly. I was
so
there
they
for a
can
long
go to you
time.
and they know whatever you say is 99% of the time gonna be.
Yeah,
that's the case, right?
Everybody came to me
So
for what
then
they needed to do.
Then you got homeboy owner coming in.
Yep.
Just wrecking
Piling
shit.
more shit on top of
right?
me. Absolutely.
And half the shit he's probably giving you, it's not your job.
No,
It's not your job.
really wasn't.
You're not getting paid to be personal assistant.
No,
right?
No,
not trying to.
No, but but you know what? That's how some business owners are.
When you take all those factors out and you can just focus for 2 or 3
on
hours
what
at a time,
you actually need to do.
You could
I had been telling my boss for years that because from time to time I needed to edit at home or work at home, do certain things, and I'd go in the next day or the next week, whenever it was, and be like, I got so much more done because nobody was bothering me. I didn't have to worry about anything except this is my job to do today, and that's what I'm gonna do.
And the thing is, the people that
I'm
are
more productive.
The people that are coming and talking to you, asking questions, they know the answer. 9 times out of 10, they know the answer.
Or
right?
they just don't want to put in the work to figure out the answer.
Oh,
it's easier to come to somebody else and say, what am I supposed to do here? Well, how about you just go and figure it out because it's not that hard.
It's a security blanket.
Exactly.
It's comfort.
Exactly. Of course it is. And I understand that. I've done it. Everybody's done it. But you got to get to a point where you can trust what you're doing and understand what you're doing,
There's a shelf life for that.
Absolutely.
And then you got to step out and kind of grab that brass ring.
I don't know the last time I had to go and ask a hard question,
Yeah.
or a stupid question. It was just kind of, this was my job. It was only questions for anything new that was piled on top of me. Like, hey, what do you want to do about this?
I don't think any question's really stupid.
No, it's not stupid, but...
Because, if you have a question, either you're uncertain in the fact that you can't carry out the job or you're uncertain in yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you're uncertain in yourself, you can't teach that.
No.
You just got to kind of work your way into it. And some people don't want to get out of that out of that mindset.
They don't. And I think it's a natural feeling to be there.
Oh, 100%.
You just have to
because it's
work
easier.
through it. It's easier. It's easier to go, well, I'm not sure.
At the end of the day, we all want the easier way out.
Of course.
At the end of the day, whether you're consciously doing it or subconsciously doing it, it doesn't matter.
You're looking for the easiest way to accomplish something. How can I get this done and move on? So definitely. Again, I definitely put a lot of work in. I made a lot of phone calls. Got the office set up how I want it, so I can actually work because my desk up until this point had just kind of become storage because I never really used it that much at home. So when I came home yesterday after my last day and I brought home some equipment that I had bought and that I needed, some stuff I actually brought from the company because I'm still doing some work for them. I had nowhere to put it. And I knew if I didn't set my office up correctly, I would not be productive. So that was first thing on the list. So I did that today. Like I said, finalized my logo, applied for my employer ID number through the government, but it's not the government. And actually had a phone call on a project I'm doing and worked on a script and a shot list and was pretty goddamn productive and started a little earlier and ended a little earlier than I would have. So
I'm proud of you.
Can't complain.
I'm proud of you. You're betting on yourself.
Day. That's it,
Hey,
we'll see if it works out. But I know I'm at least good. I know I've at least got some steady work coming to me for the next couple months. Some through the company, some through some other avenues. And from there, it looks like there could already be some stuff in the works for the future. But we'll have to see what happens.
Hey, it all looks on the up and up.
It's looking good.
And this is where like this is reality. Like anything's better than how I saw you a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because in all truthfulness, I don't ever think I've seen you that low.
I don't think I've ever been that miserable ever in my life.
Like we've been through some shit, and I don't think I've ever like when I came over that one night.
Yeah, I think that was the first episode.
Yeah. And it took me a little bit to notice it, and then I was like, "Oh, this is another level."
Yeah,
this is another level.
It was a bad day. It was a bad day, and that day was the okay. I'm going through with this because I had already been kicking around the idea of quitting, going on my own. Can I do this? Should I do this? There's a lot of questions there. There's a lot of uncertainty, And so I'd been kicking around the idea for a little while, but it was a scary thing to do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of unknown there. And that day I think just kind of settled it for me. Like, okay, this is it. Just do it. It's worth it. You're not happy. You're not going to be happy. Do what you need to do.
Like I told you, I was like, the people that are happy in their job generally don't move up. They don't generally get anywhere.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
You get comfortable.
People that are kind of stressed out, aggravated, like they tend to be the ones that move up because they're going to be striving to find a way to make this easier.
Well, that's
right?
it, because I know the job, and I wasn't happy. I can
But
do the
that
job
night-
more efficiently by myself.
That night, when I realized it, I saw hatred,
Mm-hmm.
and that don't get you anywhere.
No,
you can have disdain.
of course.
You can have horrible days.
Yeah.
You could not like your job. Hey.
Of course, yeah. Most people don't.
That's why it's called a job.
Yep.
That's why it's got a specific name.
Yep.
Right.
That's it.
But when you come home, you generally it's a relief. But when you come home and you're a wreck,
yeah, no, it wasn't good. And like
That's-
I said, I think
that's-
that day was the turning point.
that's where you've crossed the line, and that's when you gotta,
Well, it was
it's time to ride off into the sunset.
not even a week later that
Yeah.
I put in my notice after that.
That's when it's time to ride off into the sunset.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, I'm proud of you, and I think it's going to work out.
Yeah. No, appreciate it. Hopefully
Hey,
it will. It's working out so far.
The more popular you get, the more popular this gets.
Goddamn right.
I'm riding on your coattails right now, son.
TBKoW.
What else
Anyway,
happened this week?
So what's up with your week? I mean, that was my last 2 days, but that pretty much sums up my week so far.
Hitting the gym, studying, getting caught up, which is good.
You have been studying this week, finally, putting in some
Yeah.
time, putting in them hours.
Had the dog with me this week. A little more reality. I share custody of a fur child with an ex of mine. Very amicably, I will say. That's an honest answer.
I'm not sure I like the name Fur Child, but
my dogged her.
that's what it is.
My dogged her.
And I remember. I mean, it's been quite some time now, and I remember when you guys were first doing it, I understood it, and it was great. And I guess I just always wondered how long it would last.
Yeah, it's been
5 years.
5 years of this kind of like.
Yeah.
And
Well, hey, if it works, it works.
We had like a set schedule, and then I went off to school for 2.5 years,
Yeah.
and I saw her, when I could, and now we don't really have a set schedule, but I anytime I really want to see her, like I've never, no's not an answer. It's always yes, and
Yeah, or hey, not today, but let's make a day.
We find a compromise, and like I said, when I say amicably, it is truly amicably. There's no bullshit.
That's great. Yeah, hey.
You fall in love with these little damn dogs, and
Absolutely.
And you've known Bailey for 8 years, man.
Yeah,
She's like a little human.
I hadn't seen her in over a year.
Yeah.
And when I came over the other day, she walked right up. She knew who I was. She came right up to me, and I was like, "Motherfucker,
Yeah.
I missed you too."
That's the funny thing about dogs. You go home to your significant others. Because I've lived with a few girls. You've lived with a few girls.
Yeah.
You go home and it's like, it's not every day.
Well, of course not, but you have those days.
You're going to have those days probably, maybe once a week.
Yeah.
Should be less, but,
It should be less.
I'm a jerk
Hopefully
off.
less.
I'm an asshole.
Best kind of worst.
But it's like, when you see a dog, when you get home, man,
She
there's
just runs right up
nothing.
to you.
There's nothing happier.
Yeah. No. 'Cause
They're excited to see you.
They don't give a fuck what happens.
You're excited to see them.
Yep.
And it's not. It's when I say, hey, when I see my girlfriend, I'm like, oh no.
It's not that.
It's the fact that when I come home, a lot of the times, especially if I've had like a long day, I relish silence.
Yeah.
So me and Bailey can crawl up on the couch in the bed and just lay with each other
Chill,
for a few minutes
hang out.
and just relax.
If you gotta
And
talk
she'll
to
just
somebody,
stare at
explain
me.
your day.
I'll scratch her head. She'll stretch, kick me off the bed.
Naturally.
But it's just a moment of just, hey, I'm just going to sit here.
Yeah.
And we're going to enjoy each other's company.
Relax.
You know, when you see your significant other, you want to talk about your day, and that's the right way to go about it.
Of course
you know?
it is, and that's great. But
But
sometimes
there are
you need
days
that.
where I just don't want to talk.
You just need that
Yeah.
little bit of quiet time before you get to
Yeah.
the explanations.
I'm real talkative like midday. I'm real talkative late at night. But
That
like
in-between hour.
something about the moment I wake up, don't talk to me.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
give me 10 minutes. Let me get the first cup of that Cuban. Let me get that first sip of that Cuban.
Let's get resurrected a little.
Talk for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Won't care. And there's something about like around dinner time and the evening time where I just kind of,
Just want to relax.
I just want to get caught up in my own
Don't say
thoughts.
shit.
I want to compartmentalize the day.
Yeah.
You know, I want to plan out the evening.
Yep. Yep.
You know, I don't
Figure
know.
out what you got going on.
I'm a meticulous person. I'm very,
Alright.
you know me. I'm organized without being organized, which is a weird way of saying
your
it.
own organization.
I organize in my head.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of, and I'm a tough person to be around a lot of the time. So, you know, I own a lot of this.
Yeah. Well,
You know. But man, there's nothing better, and I love that dog, and I hope to keep seeing her, and hope it
yeah. Well,
keeps.
it's
and
been
5
working
years
for 5 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've been gone for 2, but
Yeah.
the fact that you were able to go away for a couple of years, only coming back every once in a while, and it's still going smoothly, that says something.
And man, she loves my parents.
Yeah, she
God,
does.
she loves my parents. She'll sit there on the couch with them and watch
Yeah.
whatever the hell they watch
They
at
feed her
night.
fortune cookies. How can you not love them?
But yeah, no, it's been the week. We got some new equipment. Took care of some of that. Got the Instagram going strong.
Finally got some posts going up on there.
Yeah.
At best, kind of worse. I already
Looked
said that
into
once, but we'll keep saying it.
Looked into some website deals.
Yeah, trying to get the hosting set up
That's
properly.
going to be a slow burn. We're gonna kind
We're
of
gonna try and find the best option.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few ways to do it.
because when you think of today, like most people don't even have web pages anymore. Most people just do it right off an Instagram, a Twitter, or a Facebook.
a lot of people are just doing it off
You know?
of that social media. You don't necessarily need a website.
No.
Most people are only sitting on social media, so that's the first place to start.
And a lot of times, the only purpose of a website is for merch or trying
Yeah.
to sell you something.
We do own the URL, but we haven't necessarily done anything with it yet.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
we
the
don't-
important thing. We wanted to.
Well,
we
you
want
want
to take
have
care of
it
the URL.
so that way,
yeah.
if you want to do something with it in the future, you have
Yeah.
it. Always secure something if you plan on doing it,
And you know,
or think there's an option of doing it.
yeah, because I mean, even before we started this, we had some ideas for some merch just on Good Brother Tully. I mean, we have some horrific pictures of Pizzy.
Pretty awesome.
I was sending
pictures.
him
We'll
the other
make some
day while he
great
was at work.
t-shirts.
I was sending him some mock-up pop sockets.
Oh yeah,
I
that
know
was
I had you dying.
fantastic. Oh, I couldn't.
But
We
yeah,
need to order every one that you sent me. Those faces are
they were
fantastic.
priceless, and they fit so perfect. I don't know.
They do. They're just like the perfect fit for a pop socket.
But yeah, no, that's been the week.
Yeah.
That's it.
Pretty
man.
simple.
Yeah.
Actually been going to the gym. Actually been studying.
Yeah.
So we've made some progress over the last
Oh
few
yeah,
weeks.
we're making progress.
It took a few weeks, but we're here. We're making progress.
You know, the transition back to being home has been strange.
Oh, I'm sure. You live on
because I don't really care about like I
third world
before,
country island.
Before I left, you know me, I was an avid TV watcher. Now I could care less.
Yeah. Well,
you know?
when you go to school and do nothing but study for 2 years straight, kind of breaks that
I think it's
habit.
a good thing though.
Well,
in the
absolutely, it
long
breaks
run,
that
you know?
habit. You know.
Yeah, this way it
It
became
breaks
a
the
habit.
It became
Yeah.
a habit
It's like
because
you get addicted
you
to these
come
things.
home, you get hooked on watching these damn shows that are
Yeah.
like, that you can now binge watch.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives you you can just sit there every day, every hour watching something new. There's so much content. So you become addicted to it if you do it all the time. And I found myself doing the same thing, and I had to break it. I had to just stop watching so much. You just get hooked. You're like, oh, I've been wanting to watch this, or oh, a new season of this came out. Oh, there's a new season of this.
And I did that for like the first week and a half
Yeah.
I was home. I caught up on a couple of shows that I had been wanting to watch.
Yeah, well, you also had been
But I had
away. You
read-
didn't want to do anything.
I
You
had
wanted
read a
to
lot of
relax.
things about it that
Yeah.
enticed me to watch
Yeah.
them.
You put your time in, but
But
you didn't
honestly,
get re-hooked.
the first few weeks I was just kind of just relaxed, and I really
Yeah.
honestly just want to spend some time, specifically with my dad because
Yeah.
of all of his health crap.
Yeah.
because he's sensitive.
Yeah.
Super sensitive. You know that.
He is.
So, even as simple as just like cooking breakfast with him in the morning, like that goes a long way with him.
Well, but that's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So
it goes a long way because those are the moments.
Yeah. So I've been trying to make an effort because I'm in my life, and this is probably a talk for another podcast. We'll probably break each other's parentals down. But I've never, when it came to good old senior, I never made the effort.
Yeah.
For good reasons. So I've been trying to make the effort.
Yeah.
And
but the thing too is he's been making the effort over the years.
Yeah.
So
it
helps.
I'm changing his his heart medication here and there every week, trying to find the right concoction. So he's been in and out of hospital a couple last like 2 months. So it's been nice to spend a little time with him and
That's good. Yeah.
Trying to spend some time with my brother too. Judy. That's a whole episode in itself.
Yeah. That is an episode.
But no, that's been the week.
That's been the week, huh?
Just trying to get
quality time and studying.
Yeah, just trying to there's 24 hours in a day. So you can't get everything done.
No.
You got to block out a good portion for that studying.
You got to block
and then
out
you try
at least 3 to 4 hours for sleep.
Yeah, so you just try to plug in a little here, a little there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's about.
But yeah, it was a pretty silent week for me. It's a pretty silent week, I think, for the world.
Yeah, I mean, we did not come across much on the sexual assault side.
Yeah, I was hoping to keep it going. I mean,
every week we have had some kind of big story on sexual assault.
I did get one good article.
I mean, I feel like we need to address the way you just said. I was hoping to keep it going. You shouldn't be hoping for a sexual assault story to come out.
Yeah, that was a horrendous comment.
That was a bad comment, and I'm just going to call you out on it now so nobody else can.
Horrendous, yeah.
But I know what you mean because we had a theme going, but it's not necessarily a good theme.
If
we found another big story, the problem would be that everybody's just a piece of shit.
No, in a perfect world, we wouldn't even talk about it ever.
Ever.
That's a perfect world.
Of course, but that's not where we live.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest story this week, Roseanne, I think.
It's at least the last couple days it has been. Yeah. I mean, I didn't hear about it, but I really don't look at much on social media or the news too often.
I mean, I remember her show.
Until it's getting close to us recording, and then I try to look some stuff up.
I remember her show in the 90s.
Of course, I watched it as a kid.
It was a great show.
I watched it a lot as a kid, yeah. It was funny. It was a great family sitcom.
Obviously, I didn't watch any of the remake.
I haven't seen one episode yet, no. But I heard it was really good. I heard
it was really good.
It basically just picked up where it left off.
Yep.
However, 10, 15, 20 years later, however long it was, it just basically just picked up right from where it left off. It had the same comedy. It had the same feel. It was great.
I heard there, the few negatives I heard about it was just the pro-Trump undertones.
Well, and that's, people are too sensitive to politics,
I think personally, that's why Whitney Cummings.
There's always been that.
She was one of the writers and head producers, I believe.
Okay.
In my opinion, I believe that's why she's no longer. She was like last week, the week before last.
There was something
wasn't
about
going
that.
to continue for season 2.
She didn't want to continue.
She's an avid non-Trump supporter, anti-Trumpist.
However you want to say it, she hates Trump.
And if you listen to her points, she has very valid points.
Of course, I think there's valid points on both sides.
She's very well read.
Absolutely.
So it's not.
No, I don't think there is a problem there, but everybody has their own views.
That's the only negatives I ever heard. It's on pace.
But that doesn't necessarily hurt the show.
No.
That only hurts the show if it hurts your feelings.
Yeah, it's on pace to be the 3rd highest rated show on the network.
Was on pace.
Yeah, it was.
Was on pace.
Behind This Is Us and Sunday Night Football. So that's a win for
I've
her.
Never seen This Is Us, but obviously Sunday Night Football is pretty damn huge. But
got canceled.
Got canceled. Why?
Is canceling even the word? Because she was essentially fired.
Well, she was fired and the show was canceled.
Show was canceled.
Show was canceled, so she was fired.
She's represented by ICM agency.
Okay.
And they have fired her as well.
Oh, her agency fired her.
Her agency dropped her.
Well, interesting. Interesting. I wonder if that was a new agency or if she has been with them for years.
Been with them for a while.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So she from
a little bit of bite in the hand
her
that feeds.
Yeah. From her perspective, from what she is saying after the incident.
Well, so what happened exactly? We haven't established what the incident is. Obviously, show got canceled. What happened?
Well, she got on Twitter, which, look, I think we've said it multiple times. If you're a celebrity or anyone of influence, do not tweet while drinking, doing drugs, and Roseanne
under the influence
has said that she made this tweet while under the influence of Ambien,
right?
a sleeping aid.
Yep, heard that.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't do that.
It's going to alter what you say. But what did she say?
So, she made a comment about a lady named Valerie Jarrett, who was one of Barack Obama's more trusted aides in his political whatever cabinet, I guess.
Yep.
So the background of the story is Donald Trump is trying to prove that the Obama administration placed a quote unquote spy in his campaign management team
in Trump's campaign.
Yeah, to get information.
Okay. Why would Obama's team do that though?
Well, because he's helping
Hillary's team do that. I mean, of course, yeah, but
because he he would have the authority to authorize the CIA or FBI to do this kind of move.
I got you.
I ultimately think this is actually factual because there has been memorandums coming out of the White House.
Both sides of
corroborating this.
Both sides
claim.
are doing the same thing.
So I think
there's a lot of sketchiness there.
Obviously, I don't know. I'm not a reporter. I'm not an analyst.
Not.
I'm not going to say what Trump is saying is true, but
there's
traditionally,
some truth.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
There's some truth to it. Yeah.
So, the one behind some of these supposed moves was proposed by Valerie Jarrett. So, she is a African American or black woman. I'm not sure.
What we're black. Going with these days.
She was born in Iran.
Okay.
So, Roseanne supposedly took an Ambien to help her sleep, got on the tweeter machine.
Yeah, that Twitter box.
Went full keyboard warrior and tweeted out, Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby equals VJ.
Interesting. It's horrible.
Yeah. It's abhorrent on every level possible.
All levels.
It's
all levels.
It's an inexcusable comment.
Yeah.
It's pure racism.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pure racism against Muslims, pure racism against blacks.
How old is she now? 60s, 70s? I mean, she's getting up there, right?
Let me get our producer to get her age. Hey, Rob, can you get her age?
Can you get her age first, real quick, Rob?
Rob is fictitious.
That'd be great.
You know what? Our stats guy's name? Siri.
Siri. Hey, Siri. How old is Roseanne Barr?
Oh, she's
65. See? Siri worked.
Yep.
It's quicker than your Rob keyboard.
Yeah, I know.
65. So, that definitely puts her back with some civil rights movements. So, obviously I don't agree with it. I don't think it's the right way to go, but what do you think an old white lady thinks?
I think what you're trying to say is, although the
ethnics.
comments are horrible, it shouldn't come as a shock to
No,
anyone.
it should not come as a shock.
I never understood why people were so shocked that Paula Deen made those comments.
Same thing.
She grew up in the South.
What did you? Again, is she in her 60s, 70s, probably?
Yeah.
So it's
I think she's in her 70s.
Grew up in the South at a time when white people, predominantly, especially in the South, pro-slavery, did not. Yeah, exactly.
And look, you can
trying to think of another way to put it, but there's no other way to put it.
They're pro-slavery.
Yeah,
look,
they were pro-slavery.
You can say, oh well, people can grow and change. Of course they can. But that's how she was raised.
But when you're raised a certain way, you're still going to have certain ideals.
You're raised that this is acceptable, and this is going to sound like a defense to Roseanne, and I understand that.
No, it's not at all. But
understand this: there's no room for those comments.
No.
It's ignorance.
Absolutely
It's pure
not.
ignorance. My question to you is, does it warrant her being fired?
That's a great question. It's a great question. I mean,
So let's
I think it can. I think it can warrant her getting fired.
Let's play some devil's advocate.
Okay.
You're the
Yeah.
CEO or president of ABC. I think that's
Yep.
I think that's the network they're on.
Yep.
NBC. They're on NBC.
Yep.
Third highest rated show. Behind This Is
On
Us.
everything, not even just on your network.
Across the board. On your network.
On your network.
Third highest rated. Behind
Okay.
This Is Us, Sunday Night Football. Right? Sunday Night Football.
Well, you got Sunday Night
staple.
Football. You don't really
Staple.
need Roseanne.
Staple. Ad revenue, $45 million in season 1, projected $60 million season 2.
Yep.
She's the centerpiece of most of your advertising pitches for the coming up season.
Yeah.
Now what
Well,
do we do?
you get rid of her. In this instance, you get rid of her and the show's gone. In other instances, you get rid of somebody and the show can continue. So it's a tough call because you know what?
Is Roseanne
one bad comment? Does that mean you need to get fired? Well, I think in this day and age, it kind of does because you don't. You probably then lose that NFL contract for keeping on somebody that's racist in a league that has a huge diversity of people. And, you know, I don't know if one bad comment warrants firing somebody.
Your network also has a show called Blackish and a show called Fresh Off the Boat.
Okay,
now let's add that in.
Well, then okay. Well, that does change things. If something like that was on a network, if you weren't teetering on the line of racism already, then fire her. I get it. I don't know what these shows are, but just by the names, it sounds like there's some teetering on this racism line. Was it Blackish?
Blackish. Yeah, I don't know anything about Fresh Off the Boat, but I know Blackish is a show with a predominant black cast.
Okay.
That's about as far as it's a comedy.
Okay.
It's like a sitcom.
So we don't have much input on that, but
no, I'm playing devil's advocate with you.
Absolutely.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
Absolutely.
You know, because from my standpoint, when you look at a show like House of Cards, they obviously the controversy, Kevin Spacey touching kids.
Yep. So they just got rid of him.
They get rid of him. Show continues, and I think the lady, I don't know her real name.
I forget her.
But I think Claire Underwood. But I don't know her real.
Yeah, I
her
forget what it is.
Name is Claire Underwood. I think
she
she can carry the show.
She's been great.
You know.
Yeah. I think it will lack, and I think they'll maybe do one more season. I think it's actually called the final season or something like that.
I think it is. Reports came out this week that. Oh my God, what's his name? The guy who plays Rick Grimes on The Walking Dead.
Okay.
He's going to finish up season 9. He's in 6 of the episodes of season 9. He's going to leave the show.
But on a show like that,
can the show go on without Rick Grimes? I think so.
It can. It might not last much longer, but you know what? That's the show. The show has come to a point where I think it's probably going to end soon.
Can Roseanne, if you take, let's say you fire Roseanne, but you keep the show, I think John Goodman can carry that show.
See, I agree that I think John Goodman could carry the show. It's just tough when the show is named after the person you fire.
100%.
That changes things a little bit because it is based around her. But there's obviously there's a lot of very good and creative writers. You could figure out the best way to do it. I mean, they wouldn't necessarily figure out the best way. They'd probably just figure out the quickest, easiest way. But there's ways to do it. So I agree. I think John Goodman could carry it because he's an amazing actor.
It's not like when they went from Full House to Fuller House where you lost the 3 main guys, right?
I watwatched a half an episode of that.
You're losing one character. Now, here's another question.
Robin Wright is Claire Underwood.
Here's another question. Does firing her and canceling the show, do we learn anything from this?
Not necessarily.
I think we learned that, hey, there are steep repercussions.
We don't want people's feelings to get hurt, and we don't want to lose money. It's the same thing. It goes back to some of the same stuff we've been talking about with the kneeling and the NFL. And I'm a little bit on the other side of the fence on this one. Because with the NFL, I've been adamant about saying they work for a private company.
Yep.
They can't be saying stuff like doing things and protesting. And that analyst that you had brought up that had made a comment online. And I think in a lot of situations you have to be careful what you say. And I absolutely think she was wrong about what she said. But on the NFL side, I don't think you fire these people. They want to protest. They've now given them an outlet to do that. In this situation, it's a little different.
Yeah. When I look at a situation like this, I sometimes think that suspending her, taking her, for 6 months without pay, actually punishing her as better because look, when you fire like Roseanne,
obviously
she
they did
owns
punish
the
her.
name of the show, right?
Exactly.
But okay, who's to this is going to be an afterthought within tops 30 days. Right? Not everyone's going to forgive her, and they're definitely not going to forget.
No.
But,
in a few more days, everybody will move on.
Look, money's money.
Well, that's it. And if it's going to generate money, that's...
And who's to say...
Netflix will pick it up and
Netflix,
do an original.
ABC,
or
Fox.
Somebody, yeah.
Maybe a lesser channel, FXX.
Yeah. They might pick it up. They're a little edgy.
And look at the subject material that it's always sunny in Philadelphia kind of goes through.
Yeah.
They had the Gang Goes Jihad was the title of one of their episodes.
Yeah.
We were watching some at my place the other day, and I was like, and some of the shit they were talking about, I looked at you and said, if they did that today,
it would have got kicked off the air.
Be in trouble.
Absolutely, but they did it a couple of years ago, and it was fine. It was funny.
It was
the
different
boat
landscape.
episode. If anybody's a fan of It's Always Sunny,
please watch It's Always Sunny.
The boat episode with the implications. The implications. You'll know what that means.
Yeah.
It was the implications.
Yeah.
So nowadays, if they put that show to try and air now, they'd probably get a lot of fight back.
I don't even think they let that episode air.
I think it depends on the network. I think on FX they've been able to do a lot. That's why that show is a little edgy on what they say and what they do, because it all is in good fun and satire. But I think some of the stuff, even now, just a couple years later, wouldn't fly.
Yeah, and Roseanne in this situation, she's not helping herself, and that's the biggest thing when I'm reading about this stuff.
You post it, but then you come out saying, "Well, I took an Ambien."
Yeah,
well, that's not a fucking excuse.
She comes out and says, "I took an Ambien." Well, look.
How about you be an adult?
I hate when I'm with people, and they're like, "Oh, well, they were drunk. They didn't mean it." No, I beg to differ. I from my experiences, when someone gets drunk, the filter just goes away. So now they're just telling you, maybe not the entire truth, but it's pretty damn close.
I agree, but I think there is a little bit of a line there. Once you cross a certain point, then you're just
not
being
absolute.
An asshole,
it's not absolute.
But I do agree, especially when you get there a little bit, you lose that filter.
Yeah. So I do think that that these comments aren't just, "Oh, I was on Ambien, I didn't mean it." No, you probably meant some of it. And some of her cast stars have commented very professionally about how horrible these comments have been, and she's kind of been snipping back at them, which isn't good.
No, not at all.
Someone took a photo of Whoopi Goldberg at some kind of rally, and her shirt said some words on it. And what they did is they photoshopped a Donald Trump like cartoon thing on it, and he was essentially bleeding. It looked like he was hanging.
Okay.
The photo was from far away, so I really couldn't see exactly, but I could tell Donald Trump was in some way dying.
Okay.
So Roseanne retweeted it and kind of snipped at Whoopi Goldberg, like, "You can stay on The View for walking around with a shirt like this, but I say something about someone and I get fired."
Well, she's got a good point.
Well,
she's got a good point.
But this is a photoshopped photo of Whoopi. She's not posting this up. I loved Whoopi Goldberg's rebuttal, and I got her quote here. "Just because you were caught with your pants down, don't try to drag other people down with you. There are times when, you got to suck it up because you stepped in dew. The bottom line is simply this. I didn't fake my shirt. Someone else faked my shirt. But that's your tweet. That tweet came from you. You did this to yourself.
Absolutely.
That was perfect.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's great.
That's facts.
See, and the thing too is like obviously there's the other side of things where you can say, well, yes, we all know Roseanne as this household sitcom celebrity, but she's a comedian through and through.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people would like to argue that she's a comedian. Let her talk. Let her say things. Comedians like to play on that line of, funny versus.
I believe George Carlin had this rule. If he ever offended someone or he said something and you thought it was, different, racist, whatever, his rule was never to apologize.
Yeah.
Never. And I've never read.
Yeah.
I've never read an instance where George Carlin or Richard Pryor, I believe as well, if they said something horrible and people didn't like it,
too bad.
They didn't back down.
No, I said it. It was a joke. I said it to be funny.
Joey Diaz is like that because he made that somewhat inappropriate comment about that MMA fighter Mackenzie Dern. Something about how wonder what her asshole smelled like or some shit
Jesus
like that.
Christ.
Yeah, something horrible. And people were pretty pissed off about it.
Yeah.
And he said, "Look, I'm not sorry."
Yeah.
That's what I thought at the moment.
Well, hey,
I said it.
Own up to your shit.
I said it. I'm not denying it. I said it. And he referenced Carlin, I think, prior. He's like, if I apologize, I'll be spitting in their face.
Yeah.
Because we're comedians. That's what we do.
That's it.
He goes, I don't
You
actually
border
mean
that line. No.
I'm not actually going to go over there and, He's like, she's a very attractive woman.
Yeah, but
I'm a
he
comedian.
would if he could.
Probably.
He would if
Probably.
he could. But no, I think that does need to be taken into account, especially if you're going to fire somebody. She's a comedian. She's going to say stuff. But then for her to come out and blame it on taking a drug.
They're trying to take the high road, man. They're trying to take the side road. Don't do that.
And say,
Don't do that.
I said it.
Don't do that.
You know what? I said it.
Look, America tends to not forget, but they tend to be very forgiving. We move on. Look at all the shit that Hulk Hogan's done, and he keeps showing back up in WWE.
Keeps popping back up.
Martha Stewart was a felon. She did she did prison time.
Did her time, and now she does shit with Snoop Dogg.
She just got a brand new television show. Paula Deen, she paid for about a year, and
she back at it again.
I think she'll always be.
I haven't seen her, but I'm sure she is. Businesswoman.
Look at the child labor laws that Apple and Microsoft and all the tech firms once a year, one of them gets in trouble for something with child labor laws.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that.
They put it on the front page. People are outraged.
Yep.
They nip
People
it in the
forget,
bud.
move on.
And you're still going to go tomorrow and buy the fucking iPhone or the Samsung 9.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I think she'll end up on another. That's my only reason for playing devil's advocate. Is it a good business decision to fire her and cancel the show? I don't think so. Because I think she's going to end up on another network. And maybe not next year.
There's the side of things that it's like, well, if they don't fire her, they might take a little bit of a hit.
Yeah.
Because people might boycott the network. But at the same time, when you have the NFL contract and you have one of the other biggest rated shows on TV right now, you might take a little bit of a hit, but it's probably not going to hurt that bad. So you could probably just give her a little, make her pay. Like you said, suspend her, make her work for a few months with no pay, kick her off the show for a couple weeks, but don't necessarily cancel it. There's ways to do things to prove a point and to show people they messed up without just lashing out and firing them.
Ultimately, they probably handled it as best as they could.
We've stopped hitting our kids, and we've started doing pretty much the
opposite.
Well, no, the same thing, but to adults for making one mistake. You know what I mean by that? Like, don't hit your kids, it's wrong. Talk to them, tell them why it's wrong. Okay, well, I said one thing wrong, and now you're going to fucking fire me. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I'm following you. Yeah. Ultimately, they probably did. They probably took the easiest way out, just fire her and be done with it. And I understand that. It was probably the right move.
It probably was.
I put myself on the business side of it
Well,
when I was reading the numbers.
Mm-hmm. Try to look at every angle.
It might come bite them in the ass because
'cause
nothing's better than when someone shows up on another network
and makes a
writes little undertones about your network.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I had a thought there and I lost it. Yeah.
That's
Anyway,
right.
doesn't matter.
But
Doesn't matter.
There were some surprising things there, and again, it goes back to like Paulie. I wasn't surprised about the comments. I really wasn't.
No, that's it. And then the whole.
I
thing
was
with
surprised
the guy
at
from,
how I was surprised at how horrible they were.
Yes,
but I wasn't surprised about the undertone.
But you got to look at who she is,
100%.
and where she comes from, and it's like that was the other thing is people were so outraged and couldn't believe that the guy from Duck Dynasty, the father. Was it Phil or whatever, maybe from Duck Dynasty, had made some racist comments. Well, he's a 60-year-old
from the Midwest.
60-year-old from the Midwest or the South or wherever the fuck they live. What did you think he thought? Did you think he wasn't racist? Because he probably is. Sure, and not everybody from the South is racist. Not everybody that likes to hunt is racist. But you got to assume when you're an older person from that era, from that lifestyle, odds are you're going to have some racism there.
I mean,
it's not right, but that's what it is. That's where we live.
Look at Bill Cosby. Mm-hmm. How many people knew what he was really doing?
For years,
over the years,
people knew what he was doing.
But
he's just now. He just now gets sentenced to it.
He's a good purse. No, you're not. I don't care how nice you are.
Just because, exactly.
You know, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Like when I saw the pictures after he beat Rihanna, I couldn't believe it.
That was bad.
I couldn't believe it.
That was bad.
But guess what? Selling out arenas.
Still. Yeah.
You know, you tell me what's worse.
People move on.
I don't like to put things on pedestals and go, well, this is worse than this. Is a tweet worse than beating a woman? It's a good question.
It's not. It's not.
I don't know.
I can tell you that it's not.
I mean,
posting something on Twitter is not worse than beating a woman.
And I think there's a bigger undertone for this. Twitter has been one of the greatest Facebook originally, right? And then Twitter has been one of the greatest and worst inventions in our time. I think it'll be the greatest and worst in our time, right? Because never in our lives, and we talked about this last week, where you used to have to either pick up the phone or get the newspaper to check movie times. You heard about the news at 6:00 watching your local network, whichever one you wanted.
Yeah.
And on the weekends, you'd get frisky and watch world news, right? On Friday nights, 7:00 after local, right? You get on Twitter, and in seconds of something happening, someone's posting about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's awesome. It's awesome to have that kind of information right there at the tip of your fingers. It's also the worst thing.
Access.
Because anytime, look, there should be an IQ test or some type of test before they just let people just willy-nilly. You know? Honestly, in my opinion, unless you're like a news reporter or a public figure, brand, or something like that, if you're just Joe Schmo, 37, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, what you doing on Twitter? Don't be posting on Twitter. Read the news.
Where's your what did you call yourself last week? The something of the Bill of Rights, a Bible bumper of the Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
Where does that come into play on this then?
I don't tweet about the Bill of Rights.
No, I know, but that's their right.
You want to do it, knock yourself out. But understand, when you tweet something racist or horrible,
well, you're a piece of shit.
You're gonna get in trouble, right?
Of course.
So Roseanne,
well, that's the thing.
Roseanne,
people
retweet. Hey, my show's gonna be on tonight. Retweet all the, because every actor does some type of philanthropy.
Of course.
Retweet some of that shit. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Pay someone to run your social media accounts,
like a lot of them do.
Yeah.
But no, how about we just
How
post
many
racist
mistakes?
comments?
How many mistakes in the last 3 years have there been on Twitter where someone has had to delete tweets, delete their account, and or the networks, movie production companies,
You're
CEOs
fired,
going, hey,
you can't.
Hey, we're
going
to take this away from you.
When are you going to learn? You're not big enough to do that no matter who you are. You're not.
When are these people going to learn? You just because you can write 140 characters or 280, I think now, doesn't mean you should do that.
No.
But if you do, don't be shocked when they go, hey, you're fired.
Yeah.
Or hey, you're suspended.
Well, and also don't do it when, like you said, when you're drunk or on drugs or taking Ambien.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're having a couple of beers or, whatever, I don't care. Put your phone away.
Put it down.
5-10 years ago, it was, hey, don't text an ex. Now it's, hey, don't get on the tweeter machine. Don't be a keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
Put it away.
Shut the fuck up.
Sit down. Listen to the words of the song. Play the ukulele. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Just get off your fucking phone. Anyway, where to next?
I love when we get rolling on tangents, start getting real. We start fucking y'all up with some truth,
dropping some knowledge.
Did you see the video of the impromptu kickboxing fight with the cop and that guy?
No, but that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
If you have that or can find that or I can find that, that would be fantastic.
I thought I put the video in our Instagram group deal.
Did you? I don't remember seeing it.
I thought I did.
You might have.
Because I didn't know that the two... I didn't know that... I thought it was just like an Instagram video. I didn't know there was an actual story behind it. So a Texas police officer, nicknamed coincidentally Blade. Great nickname.
Blade.
He was caught on video during an impromptu boxing match with a teen after responding to a noise complaint. Mm-hmm. He was responding to the noise complaint. Next thing you know, they got boxing gloves on, and they're boxing in the parking lot. And let me tell you what, like this kid, the kid in the video, he's got a little bit of technique, so he's got some training. This officer fucks his world up. Even better technique. But I'm talking head moves, head dodges, amazing shit.
That's great.
I love the video.
That's great.
I'll have to show it to you off here, but it was great. If you didn't see it,
I didn't.
Just type it in impromptu police boxing.
I'm not seeing it pop up anywhere.
Let me see if the New York Post has the actual video.
Not anywhere. It's just say I'm not seeing it pop up in the group. I figured to check there first, but that's pretty awesome. I hadn't seen it.
Yeah, here it is. So I'll try to commentate a little bit if I. Okay. I'll try to commentate it. So you got. So the police officer responds to a noise complaint. Next thing you know, another dude tapes him up with some legal gloves.
Oh shit! He's putting some gloves on.
Obviously, I'm watching a video. I
want to know how they get to this point, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think those are standard 12-ounce.
They look pretty. So look pretty big.
Those would be boxing gloves, not so much kickboxing.
No, yeah.
But because kickboxing, you should probably use a 6 or 8 ounce.
Okay. Okay, so they lace up the cop. You can tell right away he's got some technique. So does the other guy.
Yeah, and at first you're like, oh, the cop's just like, oh, nothing. But then he starts
throwing haymakers.
And you can tell the cop's a little older, a little out of shape a little bit.
Look at him.
But the speed, the head movement, the footwork. Look at the footwork.
Yeah.
Now you've seen them cop boots.
Yeah, not easy to move.
To play with.
I mean, that ain't
nothing to play with. And
it's not a boxing boot.
Yeah, I'm so happy they got this on camera.
Oh yeah.
There was one combination where like I thought he was gonna drop the dude. And the best part is he's doing this all with the gun on his hip.
Yeah, full belt, full uniform,
full hard with the gun on the hip. Yeah, he catches him with a left hook, an uppercut, and a right hook there.
That's funny.
They're going toe to toe, no grabbing. It's just straight swinging.
I'll tell you, he's lighting this guy up, and that guy's hanging in there though.
Oh yeah, he hung in there.
He's taking them punches. That was good.
Best noise complaint ever.
That was pretty good, right? Yeah.
Yeah, a little dap at the end, little high fives all around. It's a pretty interesting moment.
Yeah. Cop's got some moves.
Oh
Cop's
man,
got some moves, but
Southwest Airlines got a little controversy again this week. Yeah, again this week.
Man, bad year. Bad couple months for Southwest.
Head coach of the University of California women's basketball team.
Okay.
I think it was basketball. It's basketball. Lindsay Gottlieb. She was boarding a plane, Southwest domestic. Her son is biracial. Doesn't exactly look like her. She goes to the ticket window. She's, showing them her boarding passes, whatever.
Yep.
The ticket agent claimed the airline asked her to prove that her 1-year-old biracial son was indeed hers before allowing her to board the flight.
How do you prove a 1-year-old is yours?
On international flights,
now,
apparently that is okay.
Yes, absolutely. You can't leave the country.
And reading about this,
Absolutely.
I had to do a little background, so I had to do a little research because I don't. I travel international all the time, but I don't really.
Wait,
I don't follow, and I just show up to the airlines.
You're
and I'm always
yourself.
late.
You show up with your passport. You're good.
Yeah. If you're under the age of 2 or you're going to be sitting on your parents' lap, you need to bring the birth certificate.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that until yesterday.
I didn't necessarily know that, but it makes sense.
Yeah. So since they were flying domestically,
especially with the way the world is, human trafficking, and that, people stealing babies. And you can't leave the country with somebody's baby.
So when you fly domestic, this doesn't apply.
Mm-hmm.
And she was flying domestic. The ticket agents claimed that the request for proof was because her son Jordan has a different name. She suspects it was due to their differing skin color. Airlines are not required to match the names of parents and children for domestic flights, so you can have differing names.
Yeah,
That's
of course,
okay.
because that happens.
Southwest Airlines' policy is to verify lap children that are younger than the age of 2 by reviewing a birth certificate or government-issued identification card.
For a domestic flight?
For international.
Okay.
Yeah, so either birth certificate or government issue ID.
Okay, and that's fine. That makes sense for international.
Certain international locations have a little varying,
of course,
age laws. But
just flying domestic, they got on her about it.
Yeah, and she tweeted out about it, and Southwest reached out to her and kind of tweeted out their own policy, but it was they actually sent out like the international policy, and someone caught them on it. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see where this goes, especially after they were the one where the chunk of the plane flew off.
The engine blew up and popped a window out and all that. They were like, it was like what, a couple back-to-back days or within the same week anyway. They had some issues there.
But yeah,
not a good year.
They eventually came out and apologized, which was the right thing to do, and hopefully they gave them some comp ticks
for life.
I know people get on, like, I hate social profiling. I really do. It really bothers me. When back with our old BG crew, when I went to that wedding in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We were pretty colorful and skin color.
Absolutely.
And I watched 2 of my friends who were black get 2 females get random, quote unquote, and I mouthed off pretty hard. Because it really does offend me. And I was detained for it.
Yeah.
I understand the necessity for social profiling in airports, given circumstances. And
to an extent.
It's kind of a constant now. Especially within the last 2 years, it's become an international problem. It's not just confined to first world countries. It's pretty much worldwide now. So I try to be conscious of that. But this one. I'd be hard pressed not to say something if I was near this situation. I really would, because, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you date, who you're married to, skin color, race. If you're happy, you're happy, and it's an interesting one. I'm a little. I don't know how. I think what I'm trying to say is I'm not completely sure how to feel, because on one hand, you got to look at Southwest and you go, man, that took balls to tell her, and you're looking out for the child.
But this comes back
There
to
has to be. I understand that the person was more than likely profiling, but a little bit. You have to look at the flip side and go, what if this was a situation where there was an actual trafficking
what I
issue?
want to know is if this lady was giving off some reason to think that. And you can say, oh, well, it's the skin color. That's the easy go-to. But everybody wants to jump to racism right away these days. But what were her actions? What was she doing? How was she treating this child? Doesn't mean just because she got profiled doesn't mean she's a good mother. Maybe she was being a fucking piece of shit and deserved it. Maybe it looked like hey, that's not your kid. We don't know, but I think maybe it could have been addressed a little better. It sounds like probably.
Yeah. When I read the story, immediately for me, I was like, man, this. Like, if I was sitting behind her, if I was standing behind her, I'd be offended. I'd probably say something. I'd probably be detained. You know.
But what was she doing?
But then I thought about it for a second, and I said to myself, if I had a kid with me, and someone was verifying that was my kid, I'd probably be glad.
Yeah, right.
I'd probably be glad.
Yeah, in a sense.
So then I was like,
and I've this tends to be per airline and per person because everybody's different. But I've traveled a lot over the last 8 years, and pretty much 6-7 months out of the year each year, and I've come into contact with a lot of hostile agents.
Yeah.
Because it's a stressful job. They're dealing with people that, for some reason, don't know what they're doing when it's very simple.
Well, imagine being shit on for 8 or 12 hours.
Well, exactly, and I get that, but at the same time, it's like that's your job. That's what you picked to do. So don't be an asshole to me because you're having a bad day. I just have a question, and I've been treated like shit quite a few times at the airport. Never from Southwest that I can remember. They're usually pretty good, but hey, there's always a bad egg in there. That goes back to the Starbucks thing with don't hate Starbucks for one person being racist.
You can't hate on an entire company for one bad egg. It's unfortunate, but one person isn't a representation of an entire company like that.
No, and yes, this lady, it turned out this lady was, or the agent, I don't even know who it was wrong about the lady and the baby, but maybe this lady did something that made them question it.
Well, in the back of my mind,
why jump to racism right away?
In the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, maybe this wouldn't be a bad thing to have happen every day.
True.
Like if I had a kid right now, I would never think to bring a birth certificate or an ID.
Absolutely not.
I would never think of that. But why
but you
should
also don't need to if you're flying domestic. But I think.
But why shouldn't I?
Yeah, exactly. Because if you need it for flying international, I 100% agree with that. But so why not when flying domestic? Why you should have to show some proof that this is your kid.
Yeah, we're 29. We still get carded at the liquor store. I don't look 18. I look over 21.
Yeah, but you don't look over 40. They're supposed to card you.
It doesn't piss me off when they ask for my ID.
No,
they're just making sure I can legally buy this, right?
Yep.
I don't. Like I said, when I first read this, I was offended, and then I sat and I thought about it. And I said, you know what? This might be a good thing that if in order for it to be a good thing, it has to happen regularly.
Yeah.
All the time.
But you see, that was the thing, though. You, like you said, you were offended right away.
Right away.
But then you thought about it, and you really thought about it. The problem is everybody gets so offended, that's their initial reaction, and then they instantly jump on and become, like you like to say, become keyboard warriors.
Keyboard warriors. Whatever your first reaction is, always sit down and make sure that is your true reaction.
Yeah. And sometimes that's the best reaction, but a lot of the times it's not.
Because in today's, what was I forget if it was you I was talking to. Last year we had 800,000 kids get kidnapped.
Damn.
In one fiscal year we had 800,000 kidnappings, reported kidnappings.
That's ridiculous.
So when you think
Let's
about
require
that,
a birth certificate at the fucking airport.
I don't think it's a bad thing.
Not at all. Not at all.
It's one of those weird instances where probably a little bit of social profiling might turn into something good.
But you know what? It could turn into something good.
I think it starts a conversation of, hey, was handled maybe a little inappropriately.
Yeah.
But maybe this isn't a bad idea.
But it could lead to something good.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because for now, if I ever have children,
now you know
I will
bring
always
something
carry
with you.
identification. Why?
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure, I'm carrying my child.
back in the day, it wasn't an issue.
This
now,
wasn't something you
have
worried
to
about.
think
Now you have to
that.
worry about this.
You have to think about that. So yeah, no, I hadn't heard that. That's pretty crazy.
Came across an interesting article in the Post, the New York Post. It was a short article. Police reported to a call from a neighbor on another neighbor. They get to the house, and these neighbors called the police because they had the 6-year-old kid that lived next door to them in their house. He was stabbed a whole bunch of times and bleeding. He was stabbed by his mother.
He was stabbed by his mother?
By his mother. The cops go to the mom's house, which is next door, and they question her about it. She still has the blood on him. Her response? He deserved it.
What? How old was he?
He was 6.
6?
Life-threatening injuries. He's apparently going to be okay.
And he deserved it.
She was sitting there with her 14-month-old.
But let's not require a birth certificate at the airport.
She was sitting with her 14-month-old in like a room, and all she could say was, "He deserved it," and that was pretty much the end of the article. Because obviously they need to let this one roll out because she's obviously going to get charged with, I would assume, attempted murder or attempted suicide.
Probably.
That's
crazy.
It was a real short article. She mustered up the words, "He deserved it."
He deserved it, and that was it. Yeah, I came across an article, and it brings up a topic for me. So I'm looking for some articles. I end up on CNN somehow. I don't know. I don't remember what I Googled. Came across CNN and scrolling through, a battle to, transgender battle. Okay. Standard news. Man accused of kidnapping. 3 bodies found. Standard news. Not good, but standard news, right?
I think I saw this title, but I didn't read the article.
Third article on CNN's website. Peacocks go missing from Philadelphia Zoo. 1 found dead. Why the fuck is this a top article on one of the top-rated news outlets in the world? It's fucking peacocks missing from a zoo.
Because there's nothing else to talk about for that week?
So fucking what? So don't post something. I don't give a fuck. Well, okay, they're missing. Great, deal with it in Philadelphia. Why is that? That brings up the question with a lot of people that don't do anything with news and media because they think stuff like that is just used to distract you, to pass bills and laws and stuff that, or keep something hush hush that politicians are doing. A lot of conspiracy theorists, like to go that route.
No, son, because every click gets that Alexa rating higher.
Of course it does. I think some of it is used to cover up things, but I also think that a lot of it is just to, like you said, get them clicks up, get that money. But it's just shit like this that the third article on CNN is about a goddamn peacock missing. That, to me, that's just excessive. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, why is that on CNN News? Why does that matter that much?
I have no idea.
Why are we supposed to care that much? Like, I'm not against animals at all. I'm not against peacocks.
Peacocks are
It's not that.
beautiful birds.
Absolutely they are. But it's just like, you go from kidnapping, bodies found, to, oh, by the way, some peacocks are missing.
It'd be one thing if the said animal was, polarizing. That lion that one dentist killed.
Well, but even then, there's
the late and great Harambe.
Yeah.
But a random peacock, I don't know.
It's just kind of.
I got nothing. No,
kind of grinded my gears a little.
Well, let's keep the satire going.
Okay.
Let's keep the satire going.
Okay.
Came across this headline, and it is fucking clickbait central. From the Miami Herald. Not even about their city.
Okay.
Here's the headline. Serial toilet clogger cost city thousands, but a tip just flushed him out, police say.
That is a great clickbait.
Sheboygan, Wisconsin. The first fucking line of this article. The toilets of Sheboygan, Wisconsin are finally safe. Sheboygan police arrested a 33-year-old man Monday on suspicion that he's the vandal who spent the past 2 years clogging a public toilet more than 24 times. He was serially, I cannot believe I'm using the word serial. They was with it, not cereal the food, serial, S-E-R-I-A-L. He was serially clogging a random public toilet, and the police were looking for him for the last 2 years.
So for 2 years, they had nothing better to do than track somebody that just happened to take a big old shit.
Repairing the clog more than 24 times. Repairing clog after clog had drained thousands in taxpayer funds from the city.
Well, yeah, if you got cops chasing a guy that's just taking big dumps.
The villains. I'm reading. These are direct words.
He's a villain.
The villain's clogging tool was an unconventional one, according to police. He would take a 20-ounce soda bottle and jam it into the women's toilet at DeLand Community Center in the city. Once he lodged a bottle deep into the pipes, the vandal would run off, leaving behind a messy surprise for the city to clean up.
Okay, so he was physically doing this on purpose, clogging toilets. Yeah. He wasn't just sitting there having a little too many burritos the night before or something.
No, he was putting soda bottles.
Well, then you know what? Hey, find the guy and take him down. But how much effort were they really putting into finding him for 2 years? You know.
Well,
how do you catch a guy that just goes into a toilet? I mean, think about going to a public restroom. How many people go in and out of there? Nobody's watching that.
You ready for more? For some more lines?
Yeah.
Whoever wrote this deserves a Pulitzer.
Sounds like a good article.
As of March, the serial clogger had struck 3 times just this year. According to Joe Curlin, the city parks and forestry superintendent. But the clogger had been even busier in the past years. He had done the woman's toilet in this specific location 14 times in 2017. In March, the city got desperate enough that the police issued a plea for help on Facebook.
Interesting.
This was a full fucking thing.
This is a thing. This is a CSI investigation.
This is what goes on. There's a bigger lesson here. A lot of Central and Midwest America is ignored.
Mm-hmm.
Demographics are usually very, very Caucasian.
Yep. And
they're usually middle or low socioeconomically. It's a lot of...
That's not entirely true.
Mostly. In the small towns.
Well, yes.
In the small towns.
Okay.
I'm not talking like St. Louis or Green Bay or Milwaukee.
Yeah,
like these small towns like Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wichita Falls.
Yeah.
You look at these small towns, news-wise, they don't get a lot of traction.
Not a lot going on.
This...
Yeah. Hey, but if you don't need news,
hot news.
You don't need it. That's hot news.
This is hot news in these cities.
Hot news.
We're talking. In the last week we had a tropical storm, which I didn't even know was a tropical storm.
Yeah,
until
it just kind of rained. It was a little windy.
You've been with us on John Wick's boat. We went to Lido Key that one day. Pi lost his chain. Remember?
No, I wasn't there that day.
You were there.
No. I never went on John's boat.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Not that one. Maybe once.
I think once.
Maybe once.
But we hit this. He likes this spot, Lido Key, right there in Siesta Key.
Yeah.
Beach is gone. That's big news because we're losing a whole beach, right?
Yeah, a lot of them are disappearing.
Big news in Sheboygan. They caught the toilet vandalizer.
Hey. That's their news for that day. But you know what? It wasn't on CNN. Not that I saw. Maybe
well,
it was.
This is the Miami Herald. Miami
Somehow they got it, which
reporting
is kind of funny.
about something in Sheboygan, so I don't know what that says about Miami.
See, it's like if that's a local thing and it's like, hey, all right, we caught them. Awesome. Keep it to that area.
And this isn't Miami, Ohio. This is Miami, Florida.
Nobody else gives a fuck.
Yeah. It's a bad day for Miami. It's a bad day for Sheboygan.
Apparently.
This is why you
Well,
avoid
now
Miami.
they can flush it down the toilet.
Yeah. You can now flush at the community rec center there.
Yeah.
Ladies' restroom
absolutely.
without any worry.
Yeah.
Woo!
Coming in full hot.
Full hot. So I have one last article for me.
Okay.
And this is
You
going to
brought
take
a lot of articles to the table this week.
You know, I had to do a little digging
We also
because
didn't have a lot else to talk about, I guess, though.
well, I mean, outside of, job, unemployment, homelessness, and Roseanne, wasn't a whole lot
Not
that
a lot
happened.
going on this week.
The only other really, and it didn't really get a whole lot of traction, was you referenced Starbucks.
Yep.
They closed up shop on, I think, Tuesday for 4 hours to do diversity training for the incident with the one manager and the two black kids. In those 4 hours, they've estimated losses just on coffee of over $17 million. So
It's pretty excessive.
yeah, I don't think one manager is a representation of Starbucks. When I saw people on Twitter asking for people to boycott Starbucks, I just thought that was
ridiculous.
ignorance.
Fire the manager and move on, or send him through courses. I understand why they did it that way, but hey, they took the hit, not us. I mean, I guess that could be argued. I'm sure there were a lot of raging assholes outside of Starbucks pissed off that they couldn't get their coffee for 4 hours.
I think being proactive in diversity or sensitivity training is important for
Absolutely.
jobs.
Absolutely.
We worked at Carney's for us for shit. I was there for over 10 years.
Yeah.
And shit, we had to do diversity and
We did a lot of
sensitivity
training, yeah.
every year, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's important, but I don't know what it accomplishes. But hey, if they thought that was the right
if
avenue,
that was the right way for them to do it, then so be it.
they definitely got some good publicity out of it.
That
Stockholders are going to be upset because $17 million in 4 hours.
If that makes the rest of the world happy and they don't lose a bunch of money on coffee sales because they get boycotted, then
you might get
you give and you take.
You might get
You give and you take.
You might get a new customer the next day.
Yeah.
I did love reading the tweets and the photos of people jacking at the door, not knowing why they couldn't get their fix of caffeine.
Saying.
So those tweets were fucking hilarious.
Just sitting there shaking the door.
People,
why can't I get my
There was
coffee?
one person that was just sitting
People
outside.
Are addicted.
Oh God,
People
it was
are
beautiful.
addicted.
So this article, my last article, is going to take a little bit to set up because I got to give you the full backstory.
Okay.
But I hope you have kind of the similar reaction I had because when I got to the end of this article, I don't know how it got this far.
Okay. Let's hear it.
So this started back in 2000. I gotta get a maximization on my screen here so I can fully see
Keep
this.
that mic up on your face.
I got a terrible eyes, so I got to get a maximization because I actually wrote some notes just on this.
Zooming on in.
Yeah. So this started in 2015, and I'm going to take you all the way to present day.
Oh, boy.
2 Michigan State students hook up in 2015, leading to a female to accuse the male of rape and sexual assault.
How old were they? Does it say?
They were college, 2022.
Okay.
The male accused, his name was Keith Mumfree. The police showed up. They conducted an investigation in which they got text messages and DNA swabs of both.
Okay.
The accuser does not return the prosecution's calls, and with the texts and DNA evidence, they decide to decline to prosecute Mr. Mumfree.
Okay.
That's the end of chapter 1.
Okay.
This article was done into 3 different chapters, and at the end you'll understand why. Chapter 2. Michigan State's Title IX office. Title IX is the legislation regarding federal aid, financial aid. Michigan State's Title IX office investigates the situation independently. They examine the text messages and interviews, and they interview friends and the nursing supervisor that conducted the medical examination of the accuser. The Michigan State panel clears him.
Okay.
Now,
Sounds good.
This is a little sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
In a natural criminal case or a judicial case, once you are acquitted or found not guilty, you cannot be tried again.
Yeah.
And more times than not, you really can't even appeal because of double jeopardy. In order for you to try someone again, there has to be differing circumstances.
Yeah, there has to be something. Yeah.
Okay. This is a Title IX investigation. So unlike criminal cases where the acquitted defendants cannot be retried, in Title IX cases, the accuser can reappeal, and you could potentially be retried for this.
Interesting.
Michigan
Didn't
State.
know there was an option for that.
Yeah. Michigan State reopens the case.
Why? Because she put
filed
it back
an appeal.
Through? Okay.
They send Mr. Mumphrey an email at an address he no longer looks at.
Okay.
He knows nothing of this appeal.
Yeah. Well, I would think if this is an official thing, aren't they supposed to send you some kind of official document?
Just wait.
Okay. Okay.
This time, Michigan State holds him responsible for relationship violence and sexual misconduct. In May 2017, now a graduate of Michigan State and a wide receiver for the Houston Texans, the Detroit Free Press reports that he was expelled by the university for sexual misconduct.
What?
He is now immediately released by the Texans.
But he graduated.
He did because he didn't know.
What?
He didn't know of the appeal.
Yeah.
So he didn't show up for anything.
Yeah.
And because he didn't show up, willy-nilly, we're holding you accountable.
Yeah.
So now it didn't say this explicitly, but I believe because he's now found guilty of sexual misconduct, he's retroactively expelled. So even though you completed your classes, graduated, you entered the NFL, you're a receiver, now you didn't graduate. You have now sexual misconduct charges. Houston Texans go, the fuck? We got to cut you, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this gets better.
Oh, boy. Is that the end of chapter 2?
Not yet.
Not even yet.
In this case, there are sexually aggressive texts and a photograph of the accuser. But that was deemed not establishing consent. So Michigan State is admitting that they were sexually aggressive texts, and she did obviously send a nudie.
Okay.
But that
does not.
Doesn't. That's
no,
facts.
Absolutely not. That
facts.
is facts.
The accuser stated in her own lawsuit that she was screensaver. She was very drunk and had consumed well in excess of a dozen shots of vodka before Mumphrey arrived. Due to this, she insisted that she was not in the correct state of mind to agree to sex. Mumphrey refuted this originally and stated that the woman was not drunk. A police report states a surveillance video showing her walking with a steady gait. Now, if you have a dozen shots of vodka, you ain't walking straight, I don't think.
No, I'd say you're probably not walking straight, especially you're just,
that's just me.
100 and some odd pounds college kid.
The accuser states she was traumatized. Mumphrey stated originally that the woman rebuked the use of a condom and that he decided not to have sex with her. With this mark on his record, he is unlikely to gain admittance to another graduate school in order to finish his obviously now null and void degree.
Yeah. See, I don't understand how it's null and void, though, if nothing went through before he graduated. He graduated.
Yeah, because he graduated in 2000, I believe, the end of 2015.
Yeah.
So by the time she appealed, they re-looked into it. In 2017, they deemed him responsible because...
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you lose what you already accomplished.
If because the claim happened while he was still in school, they can retroactively fine.
Yeah.
Because you're now, from the moment she claims,
Yeah.
that's where it starts. They find you of sexual misconduct, you're getting
But
expelled.
again, that's a claim, and I feel there's a lot of gray areas there.
Hey. We're going to get...
Innocent until proven guilty, right?
Wrong.
Oh, really?
It just...
That's not in the... No?
Oh, yeah. Chapter 3 was my favorite. He's now 25. And
This is chapter 3?
No.
We're still in 2.
Since this, he has not received any tryouts from any teams. He's now 25, and he has stated that he sees this prime years dwindling away.
Of course.
Mumfree has not filed a lawsuit. He has filed a lawsuit against Michigan State. Much blame resides with a 2011 directive from the Obama administration, Department of Education, which was sent to thousands of schools that receive federal aid. This federal letter set a new and lenient standard for schools of more likely than not, rather than the previous used clear and convincing and or the standard beyond reasonable doubt used in criminal cases. So essentially, Title IX schools now can do independent reviews, and all they have to believe is more likely than not. And though they can find you, guilty under their own provisions. And this has nothing to do criminally.
Yeah.
This is internally. Criminal standard is beyond reasonable doubt.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've now made it so lenient that all you have to do is prove
How so?
possibly
when you're
more
not
than
even the fucking Supreme Court or a court. You're just some assholes that run a school.
Trying to save face.
Different
trying
views,
trying to
save face. Yeah, of course they're gonna fucking ban the kid.
That letter pushed to school
shit.
administrators to complete that letter pushed to school administrators also stated that they wish that they can complete investigations quickly, preferably in no more than 60 days. It required universities to let accusers appeal findings of no guilt, which created double jeopardy for the accused. It also discouraged universities from giving the accused the right to cross-examine the accuser. Yeah. It gets better.
So if you get accused of something, well, all right, you're fucked.
You can't do anything
cross-examine. Can't do anything about it.
You have to sit there.
Fuck that.
The right to cross-examine on the accuser is a bedrock constitutional protection. And this completely circumnavigates that. MSU in June of 2016 stated...
How can you even put that into place?
I had no idea.
How's that even legal? You can put
Up
that into place.
until 1 p.m. today, I had no idea this was a thing. Michigan State University in June of 2016 stated that although a letter of appeal was sent to Mumfree regarding the appeal, they cannot confirm that he ever received the letter or even knew if he knew about the appeal.
Yeah.
He was an active member of the Texans roster when they sent the appeal. He wasn't hard to find.
Yeah. No. Send an official letter.
You have when you're on a sports team, whether you're a player or you're a personnel, you have a fucking agent. It is not hard to get a hold of someone, especially when it's something as detrimental as this.
They didn't try.
They didn't try.
They didn't try.
They did not try.
They just put it through. That's fucked up.
Michigan State University declined to comment on this using quote unquote student privacy as their out.
Oh, bullshit.
The flip side is that some of these accusations never see the light of day due to law enforcement not feeling they can meet a burden of proof.
Mm-hmm.
So that's me giving a little bit of the flip side. So I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I understand wanting to review these things and make sure that you can't prosecute someone when you can't. Because I understand that back in a few years ago, it's very recent. A lot of sexual misconduct probably got away with.
Yeah.
He probably got away with it. But this kid is playing for the Houston Texans. He's graduated your school. Originally, the prosecution criminally decides that they're not pressing charges. They're not even charging him. They're not indicting him.
Yeah.
Nothing. So then you go, your little Title IX committee sits down and you clear him of everything. She appeals and you send a fucking email.
Yeah, that's
and then you
up.
claim later, hey, we sent him a letter, but we're not sure if he got it.
So we're just going to do this anyway.
Whatever happened to getting fucking served?
Yeah, absolutely.
You get served the subpoena. If you don't, you don't have to go because you don't know
never
about
received it.
That's why people get paid to con your ass into getting that little piece of paper.
Exactly.
Right?
Hey, can I see your hand real quick?
This kid had no fucking idea.
That's bullshit.
He's 25 years old.
Bullshit.
He has yet to receive another tryout. He more than likely won't ever return to the NFL.
No, because like he said too, his prime years are fading away.
This girl ruined his life, and
we don't even know if anything actually happened.
They interviewed. What really stuck out is they interviewed everyone, including the nursing supervisor that completed her examination, and you cleared him.
Yeah.
She says she had 12 shots of vodka, but yet is walking perfectly fine on police surveillance.
Absolutely.
They interviewed friends. She sent him a nudie. Look, it's not consent. I will
not.
say that 100%.
But there's a lot there that points to the fact that, well, she might be lying. And you probably should look into that. And not just assume that she's right because this guy is a big football player and he's a male.
Whatever
so
happened
he did wrong.
To beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. Innocent.
If you have
guilty.
one doubt, that's our judicial system, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And it's not perfect.
No, it's not.
It's not perfect.
It's better than this horse shit.
But at least you know what you're getting.
Yeah, exactly.
You have no idea what you're getting with this.
No.
And listen, this is the same fucking school that was helping cover up all those gymnast rapes by that Dr. Nasser, who's now going to serve what they give him 200 fucking years in
now
prison.
They're trying to be proactive and save face, like you said.
It's bullshit.
Oh,
you
there's an
this kid's
accusation.
life.
Fuck him.
You ruined this kid's life, and as I'm reading this article, and this was another thing, and I'm not bashing President Obama, so please don't take this out of context. But one of the biggest complaints for Trump is, oh my God, I can't imagine him having absolute power. Barack Obama sends a fucking letter to universities saying, hey, look, you can now just do this.
You just do whatever you want. It's cool. You don't have to follow the Constitution or anything like that.
Are you kidding me?
Just do what you want.
You want to talk about absolute power?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I read this article and I had to read it twice because I honestly thought I read it wrong.
Yeah.
Every time I got deeper into it, I was just going.
Just more and more.
More
and more bullshit as you go.
Look, if you're found not guilty or you're acquitted, you can't be retried. You can appeal, but you have to appeal something specific.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, your appeal, you're going to go for a mistrial. Because if you get a mistrial, then you can retry. Because it throws out the original.
Throws it out.
Right?
Doesn't count as a real trial.
Because you were never in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's the whole point of double jeopardy.
Can't have it.
When you're found not guilty, it was because you were found not guilty while you were under the guise of jeopardy. Yeah. You could have been found guilty. Mistrial, you were never in jeopardy.
That goes out the window. You weren't in jeopardy.
This guy was cleared by a prosecution. He was cleared by the school. He was in jeopardy twice. And then gets a fucking bullshit email saying, hey, have you ever checked your school email?
I did today, probably for the first time ever, and I'm not even in school
to get
anymore.
a fucking discount.
Yeah.
I got 3 different school email addresses. I don't check any of them.
No. And I didn't when I was in school.
If this was me, I'd be him.
Yeah, you'd be fucked right now.
I would never know about this appeal.
Yeah.
I think the school failed him because
They fucked up.
And this is the reality of it. And I don't think this is what people want to hear, but I understand that she accused him of something very egregious and very vile. But guess what? The school not only has to protect her, but they have to try to protect him.
Yeah, just because she accuses him,
they have to try to protect him all the way up until he's found guilty.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in this instance, he wasn't found guilty. He didn't fucking know.
Yeah.
So who's protecting him?
Nobody.
If you have 50,000 students on your campus, you need to be looking out for every one of them.
Yeah, not just the woman that cries wolf, or maybe she's not, but you know what I mean.
Maybe
we'll
it
never
happened.
know.
I'm not saying it didn't happen.
You're not gonna know exactly.
But
exactly.
When you don't give a person the chance,
you got to give him a chance.
Exactly.
You got to give him a chance.
And
he
then
was cleared once.
The administrative letter stating that they don't have to do beyond reasonable doubt, that blew my mind.
That's
blows my mind.
horseshit. That's horseshit.
Honestly, if you're a college student, 18, 22, 24, go to class, go back to your dorm room, go home. Stay away from any type of trouble, because if you are going to a school that receives federal aid, which is 99% of the schools, this could be you.
Absolutely.
This could very well be you.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying it could be you being accused. It could be you
being accused of something
anything.
else. Yeah. If they decide, hey, you were accused of something, somebody's not happy with you, bye. That's on them. They can do it. That's fucked.
I was stunned. I truly, and I don't get get taken back by very many articles, but this one stunned me, because this little, administrative decree came out in 2011, and I've been in 2 different federal aid schools, and I never knew.
Yeah,
never knew.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're at a low now. I'm not sure how to bring it back up.
We have a judicial system for a reason. I understand the schools need to investigate these things, but they should never be the law.
No, absolutely not.
They shouldn't be the law.
Because they're not.
They're not. This should have been handed over to a prosecution. Oh, wait, it was.
Yeah, and they cleared them.
If you want them to relook into it, they have every right to do that.
Absolutely.
If you found something different than before, hand that shit over and see if there's something that you can do.
Yeah. And notify the person.
Because if the circumstances has changed, you can retry.
Absolutely.
If something drastically has changed, you can retry.
Absolutely.
That's
crazy.
This is one of the instances where I really think that we failed someone.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
we failed. I understand she is the accuser, but
doesn't mean she's right.
We failed him.
It's not. She's
right
not
or
right
wrong
until he's proven guilty.
Right or wrong.
Yeah.
Delaware on Tuesday at 1:30 is going live with Las Vegas style betting, the first state to do it.
Very nice.
You were looking for a way to bring us back.
Brought us back up.
Had one left in the shed. One left.
Bringing us up.
Delaware, 3 casinos going live 1:30 on Tuesday. Las Vegas style betting.
That is fantastic.
They asked the mayor, why so soon? In his comment, this is going to be not direct quotes, but this is the synopsis. This is pretty much what he said. We got enough legislation. We'll get it right.
We'll do it. We'll figure it out as we go.
We're going to go loosey-goosey until someone says something. We're trying to make money, son.
That's great.
Oh, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and one other state are real close.
Right behind them.
Yeah.
Right behind them.
Yeah, I was really excited when I read it.
That's funny.
I
bringing us back up.
I thought it would take 6 or 8 months, maybe a year.
I thought it might take a little bit longer, but hey, they said fuck it, we're going in.
Oh wait, we're good to go?
Oh, we can do this?
We got casinos.
We can figure out the paperwork as we move forward. All right, yeah.
Oh, you want to play a little Bolita? We got this.
Grab some gabagool and let's go.
Yeah. But it was an interesting week.
Yeah,
I'd say that.
I did have a couple other articles, but I don't think at this point they're even necessary.
I was saving that last one.
Yeah, no, that throws everything. So
I was
yeah.
hoping it shocked you because at the end of it, I couldn't believe what I was reading.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's go fucking to Delaware.
Oh yeah, we need to get
It's a
Delaware.
little closer.
Yeah.
Let's go bet on some shit.
Yeah. I wonder how.
Let's go get some startup funds.
Oh yeah, I wonder how this affects some of them betting websites. Are they now live in that state?
Yeah,
Are
I mean,
you constricting
it could be good or
via?
bad.
Are you constricting it via IP address? Because I know you can locate proximate locations through there. I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Could help them. It could hurt them. Yeah, I'd be interested to see how some of this pans out.
And the legislation was passed 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They're not ready.
Hell
But
no, they're not.
they're going to capitalize because Delaware is a relatively small state, but it's all the New England states around it. You get on interstate, you're there in a half hour.
You're
you get
so
to that
close
casino.
to it. There's a lot of states easily accessible.
They're going
to
to get some
Delaware.
tourism. They're going to get some hotels.
Absolutely.
They're going to make some money. It's a very smart move, very dangerous move.
Ballsy.
Very ballsy.
Very ballsy move, but
because you don't want to be that state that goes like
full hard and
that goes red light district, and then the government's like, well, we made a mistake.
Yeah.
We had it right the first time.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
But Pete Rose Hall of Fame. There goes the headset. Yeah, we'll get y'all next week.